Now, knowing you, I know that you're aware of the things that people are saying. You're moving up in two-weight classes. You're the smaller man. Whatever you do, Terence Crawford, don't exchange against them. What do you feel you have to do?
Be myself. I'm 41-0 for.
Ladies and gentlemen,
was undefeated for the last half of his career.
For more than 20 years, many people believed Floyd Mayweather undefeated 50-0 mark would never be challenged, as he was seen as an untouchable master of defense who made even elite opponents look average. But after one unforgettable night, a powerful remark from the only fighter who had shared the ring with both men suddenly threatened that legacy, and the discussion shifted from who was greater to whether Mayweather's entire era had just been surpassed. The storm of debate erupted right after Terence Crawford had his hand raised following a dominant showing against Canelo Alvarez, where he accomplished what many once believed could never happen.
Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this four-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab. He used his distance. He had poise in the ring. He wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, brilliant, masterful fight.
The biggest surprise came during the post-fight press conference when Canelo Alvarez was asked to compare Terence Crawford with his past rival Floyd Mayweather. And with reporters from around the world listening closely, he did not pause before giving a direct answer.
If you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Because Canelo Alvarez is the only fighter who has faced both Terence Crawford and Floyd Mayweather, his words carried huge weight, and what he said hit the sport like a shockwave. That brief statement sparked a debate fans had argued about for years, and it quickly drew more major voices into the discussion. Stephen A. Smith, watching from afar, was instantly fascinated because, like many viewers, he expected Crawford to rely on technique and distance to outbox a bigger, stronger opponent. But instead, the fight unfolded very differently.
Well, I appreciate Crawford making my prediction come through. Coming into the fight, I had him winning by decision. I thought he was a superior boxer. I thought he would be able to take a punch. And as long as he didn't stay there and exchange with Canelo, I thought he could do it. What surprised me is that there were times during the fight he did stand there and exchange with Canelo and took it. Took some body shots to the liver. Took some headshots. Exchanged. And still ended up winning this fight. I thought from the 8th round on, he just put on a boxing clinic. They got to give credit where credit is due. Crawford deserved to win the fight.
Stephen A. Smith said he was stunned that Terence Crawford did more than just hold his own, because instead of staying safe, he stood toe-to-toe with Canelo Alvarez and traded punches, showing not only skill, but real toughness. Smith explained he never expected Crawford to stay in close exchanges and handle them, yet he managed it multiple times, which is why he felt the performance deserved major praise. He added that on his scorecard, Crawford was ahead 5-4 after 9 rounds before finishing strong by clearly taking the final 3 rounds. Crawford absorbed heavy shots and answered back, succeeding in moments where a smaller fighter would normally have broken down.
Crawford is a special fighter because he's got a mean streak. He doesn't back up from anything. He's usually the superior boxer in the ring. He finds a way to win. No matter who he's going up against, no matter what power you have, what boxing skills you have, he is truly a generational kind of fighter. He wants to go in the ring and not just beat you, but show you he was a better man. And he's now one who believes that just a knockout does that. He likes outboxing you and showing you that his skill level is superior to yours. And he showed it tonight.
Stephen A. Smith called the performance a masterclass. And although he was highly impressed with Terence Crawford, he was not prepared to place him above the top spot because he still had in mind another type of ring genius, a near untouchable figure in Floyd Mayweather, whose style he believes remains unmatched.
Weather was undefeated for the last half of his career with one hand. He constantly broke his hand.
Yeah.
He would go into a ring knowing he had no shot at knocking somebody out because his hands were hurt too much, and literally walked in the ring and said, I'm going to embarrass you and humiliate you by showing the world you can't hit me.
This is the point where Stephen A. Smith made a key distinction that reshaped the whole debate. He reminded people that Floyd Mayweather built his greatness on defense, aiming to win, while taking as little damage as possible. Smith explained that later in his career, Floyd dealt with well-known hand problems, which meant he could not depend on knockout strength, and had to rely even more on precision timing and ring intelligence.
Floyd Mayweather looks me in my face and he says, I'm going to take him out about the 8th or 9th round. And I said, your hand's always broken. You ain't known for your punching power since you moved up from lightweight to welterweight. Why are you so sure you're going to do this? He said, Stephen A., he's a UFC fighter. He said, and he's a striker. He's accustomed to coming at you and throwing punches. What he's not accustomed to doing is punching while he's throwing backwards, while he's moving backwards and pushing you off of him. He says, I'm going to walk right into him and stay at his chest. He's going to have to push me off in order to throw his punches. He said he's going to be circling the ring. He said by around 4 or 5, he's not going to have any legs. He's going to be done. And he said, and I'll just toy with him and keep him around until around the 8th or the 9th round. And that is exactly what Floyd Money Mayweather did. He told me exactly what he was going to do. And
Floyd Mayweather has openly said his hands became very fragile, and even revealed that before his bout with Conor McGregor, he was unable to spar for an entire month because of an injury.
You hurt your hand? Huh? I thought you hurt your hand myself. Okay, all right. Relax, baby. The job is done. All right. Put in a bucket of ice, man. Yeah, I'll get a bucket of ice. Kill him.
I'm saying Shane hit me with a hell of a shot. Okay. Actually, 2 shots. Oh, okay. But even in that particular round, what I said to Shane was this. I was like,
you said something to him when you grabbed him.
I said, you gotta kill me.
Oh shit. I wasn't ready, Floyd.
I said that was a good one. I said that was a good one, but you gotta kill me. Wow. So you gotta kill me. And did I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I mean.
Adding another debated point, many reports have claimed that during the later stage of Floyd Mayweather's career, he competed almost entirely in Las Vegas, which is known as one of the few locations where fighters can receive numbing shots for hand pain, suggesting his injuries may have influenced where and how he chose to fight. And despite that, he still developed a style that made him nearly impossible to hit.
Rocky Marciano was 49-0. Before Floyd got to 50-0, he was a heavyweight champ. Did anyone ever consider Rocky Marciano the GOAT? No, not seriously, no. Why would Floyd be considered the GOAT? Because he beat more fighters than Rocky did, more great ones? That's true. But really, Floyd was careful in the way he selected opponents. Don't get that twist. It's not that Floyd didn't fight a lot of great fighters. He did. It's not that I don't think he would have beaten a lot of the tougher fighters than he fought. I think he probably would have, but he didn't do it. He waited. He waited till Pacquiao wasn't at his best anymore. He didn't fight Margarito when Margarito was tearing everyone up. He waited for the right time to fight people. He got paid twice as much for fighting Pacquiao in a less dangerous fight than he would have had he fought him when everyone wanted to see him fight. Floyd is among the all-time greats, but he ain't.
This opinion was also shared by trainer Greg Hackett, who said the version of Floyd Mayweather that faced Canelo Alvarez showed a fully refined and steady skill set, which he contrasted with the more aggressive approach used by Terence Crawford.
I can't say he's capping. I can't, because I don't know what he felt. But when I heard that, what I think is, when Floyd beat me, I was 23. I wasn't polished. When Bud beat me, I was the man. I was the man. And he beat me fair and square. He beat me at my game and he beat me at his game. That's why Canelo said that. Do I believe that? It's tough to believe. But I can only take Canelo's word because he's the man that's been in the ring with both of them. But I understand why he said it. I was a kid when I fought Floyd. He wasn't a kid literally, but he was young. He was young. There was a lot he didn't know. There was a lot he didn't understand about boxing that he later on learned and got better. But Bud beat the better version of me, even though it's the ran down version. I'm saying that because it is some wear and tear there with Canelo. I've been saying it the whole time. When a guy got almost 70 fights in current time, with all those big camps he's been doing and all that, trust me, it's some wear and tear there. I'm not making excuses for Canelo. I'm just saying.
I don't know. That's what it gives it that air.
I also think you got to remember when you talking about a Mexican fighter, they big on punishment. He might also feel Crawford punches harder than Floyd and took more chances than Floyd took. Floyd really was super speed that night. Like, everything speed. And it irritated Canelo because Canelo couldn't do what he wanted to do. And he looked nothing like himself. Like I said, I think it was just times where Canelo felt like, damn, I could have had him. With Floyd, I think he felt like paralyzed. Like, damn, I can't catch this motherfucker. He too fast. But with Crawford, I felt like he maybe was saying, damn, I could have, if I would have threw this, or if I would have did that. You know what I mean? Because it was times Crawford sat there and caught a punch and countered back. You know what I'm saying? He let Canelo throw. Like, go ahead, throw your shit. He caught that shit, boom, and come right back with the hook. Same shot he caught Earl with. He was touching Canelo with some of that same shit, man. And it was just like, and it was times where Crawford was imposing himself on Canelo. He was stepping to Canelo at times. He didn't do it the whole fight, but I'm just saying it was times he stepped to him. Floyd did too, but Floyd just was so fast, so much faster. And the education was like totally different. Like when Canelo fought Floyd, Canelo was in middle school. He wasn't even, you know what I'm saying? Floyd by that time was already a Harvard graduate. You know what I'm saying? So.
As stated directly by Stephen A. Smith himself.
I think that Floyd Mayweather was such a magician defensively. We have to look at Floyd Money Mayweather in this regard. Once he moved up to welterweight, his hands were always damaged. So he kind of knew he wasn't going to be able to knock you out for the most part. And still, he walked into the ring and put on masterful performances because he was so superior, skill-wise and defensively. You can't say enough. Tonight with Crawford, for example, we saw him take a punch on several occasions. With Floyd, we didn't see that too often because you couldn't hit him. That's the difference.
Terence Crawford showed he could take shots from Canelo Alvarez, proving his durability and strength, yet Stephen A. Smith said that needing to demonstrate that toughness is exactly what sets him apart from Floyd Mayweather. As the discussion risked getting more intense, many people pointed to a basic reality, that both men come from different generations, so the comparison is not only about ability, but also about the eras they ruled. Crawford himself acknowledged this respectfully, saying Floyd was the top fighter of his time, while he believes he is the best of his own period.
He just got something that I want.
And it's not just the title, it's what else?
It's everything. He got everything. And I'm coming to get it.
When you beat him, you'll have everything?
That's right.